Hey, how's it going, everyone? Saintsfan here. Welcome back to another episode of Monday in Mailboxes series, where you guys get to ask me questions about GTA and other stuff in gaming. And as usual, if you do want to ask a question for next week's episode, all you have to do is use the hashtag AskSaints on Twitter. Now, before we get into the actual questions, I wanted to show you guys something that I saw and thought it was incredible. Like, this absolutely blows my mind. You may have seen this because it was actually in Rockstar's Newswire, and I will leave all the links to this in the description. But this guy, and I'm probably going to say his name wrong, Eray Demirel, he actually made these hyper-realistic renditions of the Eclipse towers. And honestly, if you didn't tell me these were made in like a 3D rendering program, I would totally think these were real life. Like, could you guys imagine in 10 or 15 years on GTA 8 or GTA 9 having these graphics like in the game? God, that's gonna be so incredible. And you kind of see stuff like this where people create these super realistic apartments or interiors in these game engines. Now, this one isn't in a game engine, I don't think, but still, like, ah, man, it's gonna be a glorious time for us gamers. One thing that stood out to me in these pictures, and you might have picked up on it, but the background, like outside, out of the windows and everything, that's New York City. That's Liberty City. It's just interesting. Rockstar's throwing more fuel on the fire for the whole Liberty City stuff. I mean, I know it's probably not intentional because Rockstar didn't make these, but it's funny, man. They're deliberately picking these things that just correlate to New York and Liberty City just to make us fans go crazy. But yeah, I saw those and I wanted to show them to you guys, so I figured I would put them in this Q&A. Let me know what you think about them in the comments as well. Now, getting into the questions. So, starting it off with the first one from Devin, and this is a question I see quite a lot. Why do they make everything in a DLC so expensive, but have the jobs have bad payouts? Here's the thing. Not only, there's shark cards they have to try and sell, and they have to try and make money from that, but originally, GTA Online was supposed to be an MMO, and in most MMOs, you have to grind to get things that are good. So like if you're trying to get a yacht, don't expect to get that in a day or two. You're gonna have to grind, and I know it sucks, but that's just how it works. And do I wish it was like that? Of course not. I don't want to grind all day. I wish there are a little bit more easier ways to make money, and heists are good to do that, but there's all the connection issues and all that with heists. So unfortunately though, that's just how the game works. Next question from Darren. Since we haven't gotten a big DLC since December 15th, do you think that Rockstar is working on something quote-unquote big? I mean, like, yes, obviously, they're working on something big. Whether that's a new city or, like, a DLC that'll be similar to Heist in terms of how it'll just add a bunch of stuff to the game and give us a lot more content to enjoy. Like I've said plenty of times, Rockstar, they're not gonna let GTA Online die. Even if they release, like, a Red Dead 2 or, I guess, Red Dead 3, I still think they're going to continue with GTA Online just because a lot of people like GTA and they want to play online with friends and they can make money from it. So yeah, of course. And speaking of Red Dead, Sergeant Robert, he says, are you planning on making videos for Red Dead Redemption 2 in the future? Well, like, it's probably not going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it's the third game of the Red Dead series. And yeah, of course, man. Basically, like any Rockstar game, I'm going to cover and I'm going to do news and info and all that stuff on. Plus, Red Dead Redemption was like one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm really excited for the next Red Dead, whatever it's going to be called. I'm just hoping we get an announcement like this year at E3 potentially. Next question from Baja. Where do you think GTA 5 will be at the end of the year? It's an interesting question here because there's really so many possibilities. I mean, there's the adding a new city, Liberty City maybe. That'd be awesome, and that would totally change the way the game's played. If they added, let's just say, a cops and robbers mode or cops and gangs where you could either be a gang member or you can be a cop, that would totally change the game. That's something that's possible and a lot of people would want. The casino, that one's a little bit iffy just because some people could find a way to glitch the system and all that, but still gambling with your money in GTA Online, that's another feature that would totally like change the game. Personally, my dream for this year for GTA is in the summer they drop the new city or the new expansion, I guess, whether it's Liberty City or whatever other city. I don't care. I just want a new expansion because that'd be really cool. And then towards the end of the year, if they dropped the cops and the gangster sort of DLC, cops and crooks, whatever you want to call it, where you could play as a cop or a gang member in free mode in addition to all the other stuff, similar to how the VIP stuff works. Second to last question from Lee. Worst car you've owned in GTA? This is a good question. This is a tough one for me. I think, all right, I have two choices for you. So the worst Pegasus vehicle I've owned is the Karen Technical. Now, I think, because I saw this recently, they changed it so where it has bulletproof tires now. Back in the day, like when you first got it, it was $950,000, and it didn't have bulletproof tires, and it blew up in one rocket. It was the most worthless Pegasus vehicle I think that's ever been released. Now with bulletproof tires, it's a little bit better, but still, considering the Rebel is like, what, $3,000? Just putting a little minigun on top when you can have just somebody with like a minigun, you know, it's just the $900,000 increase, it didn't make much sense. So that one's definitely the worst Pegasus vehicle. Worst regular vehicle? I would have to say the Vindicator, because I don't remember the exact price tag, but I know it was really expensive, and that thing sucked. It did, like, I don't know, it was a weird concept. It looked interesting. It didn't really look like a bike. I don't know, it looked like a futuristic spaceship type of that's what I feel, at least it looked like. It had the stupid KERS system, which is, like, that doesn't make any sense. You have to slow down to gain the energy. I know, like, I think what it stands for, kinetic energy replacement system. The science of it, I guess, makes sense, but in gameplay, it doesn't make sense. It's useless. Plus, that bike handled horribly. Like, the speed wasn't that great. So, yeah, that one was definitely probably my worst purchase. Yo, let me know in the comment section, what was the worst GTA vehicle you've ever owned? Which one do you regret? I want to see how many people have either made the same mistakes I have, or they have another car they made a mistake on. I guess in hindsight, the Osiris could be up there too, because you spent $2 million on a supercar that basically was rendered useless with the next update. And then finally, the last question from Jay, and this one can be the question of the day as well. You can answer this in the comments. What features do you think should be added to the yacht? So now that we have the yacht, the only complaint that I've seen really is that there's not much to do on it for that $8 million price tag, or $7 million, or whatever yacht you decided to buy. It's still like you're paying a lot and you don't really get much besides the fact that you can just brag, like, I have a yacht. To make them more useful, I think, one, to spawn Pegasus vehicles on the front helicopter pad. That definitely would be appreciated. Or even, like, boats. You could spawn the Pegasus vehicle boats. I saw a feature like a couple weeks ago where you could shoot fireworks. I think that'd be a pretty fun little thing that they could do. Also, at the front of the boat, there's like a door that goes below ship that you can't enter. If they made that into like a game room where you could put some little mini games, that'd be pretty cool. Apart from that, though, you know, I don't know what else they could add. And let me know in the comments, like I said, what things can you guys come up with that would make the yacht even better? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for submitting questions. Let me know all your thoughts and everything in the comments. See you guys in the next video. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.